The lesson that at least I, learned, I would say, is much more of a lesson reinforced, and that's the importance of relationship with management teams. The examples that we just gave on, being defensive and then switching to offense, you really couldn't do. I don't think we would have had the confidence in the work without being able to have these relationships and communicate with management team. And when I say it's reinforced, it's because day one, when you get here, our, executive chairman, Tom, and our CEO, John Fox, they really stress and emphasize the importance of building these relationships as part of our research process. In fact, in our job responsibilities, it's spelled out of what our best practices are, and that includes, semi-regular follow-up calls with management teams, as well as meeting with management teams, preferably at headquarters in person once a year. Obviously, this current environment, notwithstanding. And I would say the value of the relationships really showed up in mid-March and early April, those peak times of uncertainty. The reason why is when we started assessing the impacts of this business, you have to ask the question, well, where do you begin? And, everyone says you can look at past recessions, and it doesn't work for all companies. Maybe they weren't public, the businesses might have changed, but also no two recessions usually are alike. And certainly there was no playbook for a pandemic and how that was going to impact businesses. So really the best place to start was let's talk with management teams. And as you could imagine, and I'm sure people in the audience, can think of what business was like during that time frame, how much uncertainty existed, but the amount of crisis management, with business continuity plans changing and then trying to move entire workforces from home. They had a lot on their plate, and yet here you have investors coming to you and say, hey, I need to talk to you, see how you think about certain things, because I got to figure out, your business and how you're going to perform. And so when we go and we build these relationships and they know us, they see us every year, they start to realize that we're a little bit different. We're aligned for the long term. They understand that, where we come from. And I think that gives them confidence in terms of not only willing to talk to us, but also being transparent and candid about what the situation is going to look like or how they're viewing it. I pulled up this stat last week. I think between March 9th and April 3rd, we talked with over 35 of our companies directly. And so that's almost half of our own holdings across all three strategies in 20 business days. So you can imagine the work that went into that. And so I would say that really the lesson learned here was, the importance of just, developing and maintaining these relationships and the benefits it can give you in these periods of uncertainty.